Montell2099 is a musical genius. Here he is in Tamaki Makaurau, honing his craft. But this story all begins in Katikati, on his marae.
So you spent a lot of time here growing up?
Yeah, bro. Well, when I was a kid, this used to be like the bulrush.
Yeah.
This little field here. I was #1 bulrusher in the path. A lot of memories here, eh? There's a lot of places around here that spent a lot of time as a kid. You know, we've got a park just up here, we've got the flats down there, we've got a river over there.
From his pa to the big stage, Montell is conquering the world in the electronic music scene.
What are some of your highlights in your career so far?
Tomorrowland was huge.
My name is Montell2099. I came all the way from New Zealand to party with you guys tonight.
Tomorrowland is in Belgium, and it's one of the biggest electronic dance music festivals in the world.
Like that's one of those festivals that I used to like watch after movies when I was 15, 16, you know, when I started finding out about electronic music. So yeah, it was kind of a full circle moment when I got off stage, you know, just from playing Tomorrowland, and I was like, that just happened.
Did you spot the familiar face earlier on? Yes, that's Mabel Wharekawa-Burt, his nana. Montell reckons he inherited his creativity from her. After all, Mabel is known for her real advocacy, acting and comedic skills.
It's been hard, and anyway, I was already famous. I mean, who cares? I've been waiting at the bus for 3 years. Ow!
She's a bit of a comedian, eh?
I don't know why everybody says that. A lot of times I'm being sarcastic and they laugh. Idiots. I'm not meaning to be funny.
Kind of seeing Nan do what she's done her whole career, and, you know, getting to kind of sit on the sidelines and just be her grandson and kind of observe what she's doing. I think it influenced me a lot, and in a way it kind of seemed a lot more like attainable.
Montell's koro is a legend in the iwi radio space. In fact, in 2020, George was honoured for his technical expertise and contribution to Māori broadcasting. It was Papa George who introduced Montell to a software program that would change the course of his life.
Pops just sat me down. I think I was annoying him one day, and he's like, "Oh, here, have a tutu with this." Yeah. And then, I remember I just clicked a bunch of random stuff with my mouse, clicked in a bunch of sounds, and I hit play, and it like played this beat back to me, and I was like, holy heck, like this is how people make beats.
Papa George took Montell everywhere with him, teaching him audio tech skills, then taking him to kapahaka festivals to assist with sound. George even set up a little studio for his moku at the pa. Montell took me back there to show me where it all began.
I vowed that you wouldn't get in here.
We have to, that's where the magic is.
And this is the studio, this is where it all started.
True.
Pretty much the same setup, really. Oh, it was a little bit cleaner when I was there.
Humble beginnings?
Yeah. No, I had like a keyboard here, like Pop's old Juno, I don't know where it's gone now. Specifics. That's been there for years.
Yeah. So your uncle used to just live in...
Yeah, uncle literally lives next door.
Yeah. And how loud will the music get in here?
Oh, bro, loud as.
Yeah.
Because I'm deaf, so... Yeah, there's the volume knob here, I'll push that all the way up.
Yeah.
It'll be like 2 a.m. and I'm like pumping sounds. Yeah.
I think Nan and Mabel said there's no Montell2099 without you. What do you have to say to that?
Oh, I think that's going a bit far. Yeah. I've given them a few life experiences, I guess, but no, it's just his natural path, I think. And well, it's in the family as well. You can see there's his grandmother on stage, but also his, on the other side, he actually comes from the Walters family. So his granduncle is Bunny Walters.
She probably turned softly, and maybe she'll call my name out loud.
Bunny Walters was another kid from Katikati, a legendary vocalist. He was a household name in the 70s.
And I heard that a lot of his success is down to you kind of taking him around with yourself into radio, Māori radio, music, being around that scene?
He became my extra pair of hands, and once he had his driver's licence, then he became my driver. He would have seen us working in the studio and been in the studio.
Cool to see a Māori boy in that space too, eh?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
We've been trying to encourage him to, when he performs, to have a tino rangatiratanga flag that he can drape over his gears, but he hasn't got quite that far yet.
You know, this is why I got a lot of respect for my pops as well, because like being the sound guy, you're the first one in and you're the last one out, and you're doing all the stuff that people don't see.
You think if you never rolled around with your papa doing kind of that music stuff, you might not have ever done the job that you're doing now?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. No, 100%.
Most weekends, Montell heads out of the big smoke, back to Katikati and his grandparents.
What was Montell like growing up?
Do I have to tell the truth?
Yeah.
He was a good boy, but we had some issues, just around environmental things. He never really got into any trouble, but the environment didn't quite fit us at times. So he was backwards and forwards to his mum and to the Burt house. And he was always a good boy. He was a quiet boy. And we got to know him. We knew that when he did certain things, there was a problem inside his soul. And so we would just work on things to do that.
They've just always been a great support, and I feel like I've always learnt a lot off them as well, and they've helped guide me, you know, given me a sense of direction where I felt sometimes I probably felt like I haven't had much direction.
Montell has collaborated with some major artists, including Grammy Award winner 21 Savage.
How much money you got? A lot. How many problems you got? A lot. How many people done doubted you? A lot. Left you out to rot? A lot.
He's done amazing things, eh?
Yeah.
Because we collaborated back in like 2018. Yeah, no, it was crazy. And I remember like after our studio session, he was like, "Oh, what are you doing tomorrow?" And we're like, "Oh," me and my manager were like, "Oh, we got nothing on."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, come out to New York. I've got a show in New York tomorrow." And the crazy thing about that show as well is that we were in his green room before he went on stage. And then this rapper walks in, Meek Mill, bro, and then he was dating Nicki Minaj at the time.
Hey.
Bro, so Nicki Minaj walked in the room.
Yeah.
And like my manager was sitting next to me. I was like, bro.
Did you go, killed her?
Yeah, I was like, it was crazy. Yeah, so yeah, even just getting to, you know, be in the same room as people like that, you know, kind of tells you that you're doing something right, eh?
Yeah.
Another highlight, says Montell, was taking his grandparents to one of his ragey gigs.
What was that like for you both to see him on stage, performing, doing what he loves, and there's a whole crowd there cheering for him?
Amazing, really, yeah. And what we couldn't get over was how into his music that the crowd was. It was like they knew it. They knew what these songs were, and they knew what the music was.
Because I used to be kind of a little bit whakama about bringing my whanau to the type of shows that I'm playing, like all these electronic festival and things like that. But what I realised, like bringing Nan and Pop to Bay Dreams, and I think they're more just proud of me just doing what I'm doing, you know, as opposed to the music. You know, maybe that's not their cup of tea, but you know, I'm up there DJing and I look over and my 50-year-old uncle's like going hard as. I'm like, oh, yo, like he's going hard, yeah.
Obviously the word was out and they were saying to me, you're Montell's nana. And I said, yeah, I am. He's a good boy. He's very humble.
Usually it's the other way around.
Those sort of things make me happier than, oh, he's talented, eh? Far out, you know, he's got all these skills. But for me to hear, geez, he's really humble. Then he came on stage. I wanted to scream, but it's not becoming for this 70-plus old to scream herself off in this big high tower. But then I looked down, 30,000 people, and I was watching the influence his music had on them. And I realized then, whoa, my grandson's famous. And when he's a millionaire, He's going to buy me a house. You're a good boy.